Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. Marcello here, and today is June 4th, 2014. I'm going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of my strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Time close of our daily bars. So here's how it works, guys. Basically, our formula for success is that 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we do our market analysis to determine what we call our bias. If you don't know what a bias is our probability of success. So we basically take trades in the direction of our bias. So we have a buy bias, a sell bias, and that's basically our probability of success in one direction or the other. So if we have a high probability of success as far as a buy is concerned, we will take a buy on that currency pair. Sell as well, and we also have what we call a consolidation bias, which means that the market is ranging. So when we get to a high point, we sell off of that, and then we also, when we reach a low point, we will buy off of that level as well. So there are two ways to administer or to execute our biases. One, we could take a set and forget it trade. I do that from time to time when I'm feeling busy, lazy, or honestly, when I just don't have an awful lot of time. I will take a set and forget it trade, and that's for you guys who have 9-to-5 jobs or who are not willing to give a ton of time to this. You don't have to. You just won't make as much money as the guys who actually day trade in the direction of our biases using what we call pods for bigger profit. So what's a set and forget it? Set and forget it means that we set our stop loss, our take profit, and obviously our entry before it actually occurs. We step away from the computers and we don't look back at the trade. If it takes the trade, if it gets in on that position, we don't look at it again until the end of the next day. Okay, so it's very, very easy to administer and very, very easy to to execute if you have not a ton of time. Day trading in the direction of our bias obviously is something completely different. Day trading means that you have to be more involved. It also allows you the opportunity to take advantage of higher leverage because you're taking smaller, smaller trades, if you will. So your leverage is higher, and you get to see the market. You get to see what's going on in that particular moment. If you don't know how to day trade, guys, you can simply go to tribeforex.com. For the time being, we do have a live trade room that is free for you on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 a.m. and then again from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. They're both Eastern Time, so 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time and then 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where you can actually trade both the London session and also the New York session. And so that is how that works. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. I'd like to make this quick. Okay, I'm going to start with my euro dollar as I tend to do. So guys, basically I said to you yesterday we'd be in consolidation. These last few days have been money for us as far as consolidation is concerned. I had some trades that were up here in this area and made some money on the way down, and that was nice. Of course, now that we're trading with FXCM, we do have FIFO, which means first in, first out. So if you had a trade up here and you actually wanted to take some profit, you got into another trade here, you would have to take profit on the way down. So it really doesn't allow you to keep your trades at their original positions anymore. And FXDD used to do that, and that's why they probably stopped servicing U.S. clients. So, but that was a nice way, a nice simple way for us to do it. And so anyway, euro dollar right now is consolidating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars in consolidation here. We've been taking sells off the highs, buys off the lows. It's been fun, to be honest with you. So what we're walking into is we're most likely going to have non-farm payroll on Friday. I was going to open my charts here so we could take a look here. ForexFactory.com. And it's generally the first Friday of every month. There it goes, non-farm non-farm payroll. All right, guys, so we kind of started this movement to the downside, and we're going to continue to watch to see where price goes from here. Now, we could see a continuation. Now, we had a double top up here. We could actually see price retrace a little bit and see a continuation to the downside. Now, why am I looking for that? Why am I looking for a move to the downside? I've been talking about this for weeks, months even. We hit the upper side here, and this was a very good place for us to get into a sell at about 38.75. You can see price went up to 140.00 almost, and really just we can look for price to continue to move down. First, getting us to 134 or 135.00, 134, and then we can see price even take us down to 1.22 if the market deems it necessary. So we do have quite a bit of profitability to take from this where we are. Now, will it vacillate in here before it continues to move down? You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, it's been a pretty straight drop down this month, or the prior month, I should say, of May. And so that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for more price action that's in line with this. So we have an overall sell bias. I got a lot going on in my charts right now, everyone. All right, so weekly chart saying the same thing. We passed through an area of support right here, this trend line at 136.86. We cut through it like a hot knife through butter. Got down to the 50 EMA, close to it, formed a doji. Doji's low is at 135.85, and our current candle has reached a low of 135.85. So we're looking for price to actually break through this, and that's going to be telling of where we want to go from there. So you're going to watch that 50 EMA 135.70 to really be telling of where price wants to go from here. 135.85 is what you want to look for, guys. You want to look for price breaking that low and continuing to move down. That's going to give us some opportunities. All the people who have been taking advantage of our trades, you may have noticed a drastic hike in your account this week, and it's just what's going on in the market. Besides the big drop that we've had here, you know, from the highs that we got in at 138.50, right in that area, all the way down here to 135.80, where we were, 135.85. You know, that was massive pips, obviously, 200-300 pips for you guys. Also, just the back and forth that we've been playing here on the euro dollar and also the dollar Swiss, we've been able to make some profit off of it as well. So that's what's going on here, guys. We're going to look for more consolidation. That means I'm looking for an up move from where we are at our levels currently. And we're going to look for an up move because we are right in perfect consolidation here. And we're going to continue to look for consolidation until we see consolidation break. Now, Friday, certainly, we're definitely more likely than not going to sit out of the market so that we can let the market go wherever it's going to go. What that means for me is I've got sells in place, so I'm going to keep my sells in place and let the market do whatever it's going to do to figure out where it's going to go from here, because it may retrace, head back up, bounce off of this area of resistance, and then continue its descent, right? So I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm going to watch it on a day that is, you know, where the market is pushing down based upon fundamentals. Okay, it's just an excuse for the market to go where it wanted to go anyway. All right, so that's what we've got on the euro dollar. I'm going to stay in my sell position, but I'm also going to be looking for that, and that's going to be on Friday. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But the euro dollar right now, it's in consolidation, so we've got to be looking for a buy off of these very same levels. All right, where we are at right around 136.00 up to 136.50 is where it's been going. So 135.90 to 136.50. All right, so the dollar Swiss, same exact thing, called consolidation. Said it would be a bounce off the 200 of the Bollinger. And off the low here at the 89.50 area, and that's exactly what happened. Don't believe me, guys? Take a look at our time-stamped daily analysis, okay? Market analysis from yesterday, and you'll be able to see that I made all these calls with pretty decent accuracy. I've been doing this for 10 years, so it's not a surprise there, I don't think. The dollar Swiss here hits the low, bounces off the trend line, and then moves up. We're going to look for more consolidation, guys. We may have a bounce again off of the 89.55 area, and I'm looking for some form of a bounce off of 89.95. So if it goes up there first, hits 89.95, that's where I'm going to be looking for price action. All right, let me do something else here. I'm going to add some areas of support and resistance for us here. Oops. Guess I don't need that after all. Oh, yeah, I can only see it on the lower time frames. I'm going to add it to the daily as well because that is helpful. All right. So right at where we have this Bollinger, we actually have a, well, looks like, yeah, the 200, the 80 Bollinger, and then the trend line here. Okay, so great. That's what we have. So we're going to look for price to really approach 89.95, 0.90, and then we're going to look for a strong retracement off of those levels today, in the next session, most likely. If you get a bounce off of 89.50, don't be surprised there. If price gets down to 89.50, we could more likely than not see a push up again from that level. So I'd look for 89.50 to get a push up. That's actually in the direction that we expect the market to continue to move in. Anyway, so that would be a very good trade. So dollar Swiss, look for 89.50 for a buy. It is consolidation bias, guys, overall. Pound dollar, we call the consolidation bias, that it would bounce off of the trend line here at the top in this 50 EMA, and that's precisely what happened. 50 EMA was at 167.62. Price went up to 167.67, and then we saw it drop to a low of 166.97. All right, so nice push down from those highs, and closing at 167.33. So that was a great opportunity there. I think there are going to be more opportunities for us here. And let me just take a look at what's going on the upper time frames. What else to look for here? You know what, let me do this. Basic support and resistance. That'll take care of that. All right, so most of the support and resistance that we have is coming from the daily here for us. And obviously the trend line that we've had formed here, which we have continued to use as an area of resistance. We've seen that as well. So we have consolidation, guys, on the pound dollar. In short, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars here. Consolidation. Look for more of that play of consolidation on the pound dollar just for tomorrow, and then I expect to see price make a move from here, whether it be a push down or push up. Overall, we do believe that price is going to push down, though, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because we do have a pattern to look at here, and at about 168.50 is where our area of resistance is, and you can see that price got above it, went to 169.95, which is about 145 pips away, really tested it, and then came right back down, and we were right back inside of that zone. So this is what we're looking at over the long haul. So if you wanted to get into a long-term play and not be bothered with a lot of movement, a lot of trading and that sort of thing, it would be a sell-off of here and just hold it down to 155. And that's what I told people as we approach 170.100. And now we're at 167.36. And that's what the market's telling us right now. Until I see something else, that's what we're going to be going for. We're going to be looking for sells overall on the pound dollar. You guys were laughing at me maybe about a month ago when I kept on calling for a sell. But those people who got in really at the peak here where we had this reversal candle form on the Bollinger and the weekly, you know, they got in and they made very good profit. So let's continue to look for that until we do see something otherwise. You know, the market hasn't showed us anything otherwise, and I think this pattern could very well hold. You get into a sell right here at the top and continue to move down. Even though it oscillates down, we could see price really get down to that 15500 area again unless fundamentals really just change something and cause a breakout. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for now, it will be a sell overall. And for the day, we have a consolidation bias. So we're going to be looking for sells off the highs, buys off the lows, okay, and off of areas of support and resistance. Dollar yen, I called a buy for the last few days, and those buys would have done exceptionally well. Let's see. Yep, that's about it. So we're looking at Bollinger Band. We're looking at the dollar yen. I'm going to go ahead and put my areas of support and resistance here. And yeah, we just have price action really off the Bollinger. We're going to look for price action and the sell off of 103.22. We don't quite have, so we don't have any kind of resistance at all until we get up to 103.00, and we're currently at 102.64. So I'm looking at 103.20 in that area. So about 100 pips away, 60 pips away, and up to 103.35, which would put us about 70 pips away. So that's about where I'm looking for some form of resistance in the market on the dollar yen. All right, so that's what we're looking for. We also have a bit of resistance here. If you follow this across, there's a tremendous amount of resistance here at right about 103. So the real move is going to be coming at about 103.20 though. That's what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm looking for a buy on the dollar yen still because it hasn't given me any other indications. Okay. We called the consolidation bias on the Aussie dollar as well. We have multiple days, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 days of consolidation. And we drew an apex from the high, sorry, not an apex, a area of resistance, a trend line from swing highs here. And yeah, basically price came to 9,300 and really pushed down. It wasn't a tremendous amount of opportunity there, but there was some opportunity. The range is very little. It's 46 pips, not a ton of range here. Look at 9,300 as an area of resistance. And I would look at the 200 EMA at 92.37 as an area of support. On the Aussie dollar, more consolidation, guys. This is consolidation play. Oh, this is lovely. Euro yen. Euro yen, we expected it to buy up to 50 EMA and then sell off of it. It's precisely what happened. Got very, very close. Not all the way, really. About 20 pips away, 18 pips away. And now it begins to, looks like right around this point, it may retest that 50 EMA and then sell off. So we may have a retest of that 50 EMA and then we may sell off here on the euro yen. So I'm looking for a sell bias there on the euro yen. Pound yen. You know, actually, I'm going to continue to look for a buy here on the pound yen. We are at an area of resistance, but I'm going to look for a buy continuation up 173.07. I'm going to look for it to get up to this trend line here at the top. I think there's another trend line as well that we can draw, which may give us a little bit more insight. Yep, and we're kind of at that. We've got 1, 2, 3 touches, 4, 5. You can see price barely breaks through it and then continues to follow it. Yeah, I do think that there's a buy there, though. I think that this trend line is weaker because it's been broken already. Let's see what happens, though. Pound yen, I guess I'm going to call a buy on the pound yen for now. Actually, this is not so strong. I'm not so strong on the yen pairs actually right now. So those are my weaker pairs to be looking at right now. Okay, so the New Zealand dollar consolidation play 1, 2 bars inside of each other. We are at the 50% fib line where you can see that the 50% fib is held and price could look to be moving back up on the New Zealand dollar, and that's what I have for that there. And on the dollar CAD, I'm calling a buy here, looking for a buy on the dollar CAD. We broke the 50 MA. Could see price go up to the Bollinger here or just vacillate in between. And that's all I've got. The strongest calls that I have, I would say, are on the consolidation play on the euro dollar, also consolidation on the dollar Swiss, the pound dollar as well as a stronger play. The yen pairs are a little fuzzy for me looking at them right now. For whatever reason, sometimes they're very, very strong. They're just not that strong. They're not giving a strong signal. I think the euro yen is kind of giving a pretty decent signal right now. It's a doji, but it just doesn't correlate with everything else that's going on, and so for that reason, it's not a strong play for me either. So euro yen, pound yen, and dollar yen are not my strongest plays. I think the euro dollar, dollar Swiss, and pound dollar are going to be my stronger plays for the next trading session. New Zealand dollar also, I think it's a buy on the consolidation bias. I'm looking for a consolidation bias there. And that's about it, guys. Sorry for the long daily analysis. I try to keep them short, succinct, to the point. I don't think I necessarily achieved that today, but it's just one of those days. So I'll see you in the next session. I hope you do well. I hope I said something that could help you. I hope what these biases do help you to make money. They absolutely should, beyond a shadow of a doubt. With that being said, see you tomorrow for another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best.